This is KUGAN CASSIUS for Eiffel TV in association with Macklin's Gym Marbar. With me, I've got IBF Heavyweight Champion of the World, Mr. Charles Martin. How are you, Charles?
Good.
Yeah,
How about yourself?
very well, thank you.
Right on.
How's your time been in London for the last couple of days?
It's been a great experience, man. The people are nice, It's a different feel, just something new, man. Something new that I can say that I've witnessed.
Have people recognised you in the streets here?
Um, only at the venues, that's boxing orientated. They don't really just know me out here. I'm pretty sure they don't know me like that.
I'm sure they'll know you in the next coming weeks and into the lead up of the fight on April the 9th.
Oh yeah, definitely.
It wasn't too long ago that you became heavyweight champion by defeating Glasgow, and then straight away you called out a fight with Anthony Joshua. Why is that?
Because I want to fight who they think is the best. I want to make a statement. And if it takes fighting these kind of guys, that's what I'm all game for, because I am that guy. I am the champ, and I know how to get the job done. When I step in the ring, that's all I know how to do is win. So this is just me putting on the performance that I'm well knowing that I'm capable of doing.
I mean, aside from financial gain, would you say it was a risk for you to make your first defence coming here? You never fought away from home before. Would you say it was a risk you coming here to fight Anthony Joshua?
Not at all. Because wherever I go, I can make it my home. This whole earth, the whole turf is mine. Wherever I lay my head, lay my hat, that's my home. I feel right at home here, just like I never left my mama's, bedroom or whatever. Doesn't matter. This the way I roll. The whole world is mine. You know what I'm saying? It's my oyster.
How much of Anthony Joshua have you actually watched before?
I've been having my eyes on him. He's been the talk, for a long time on, Twitter and stuff like that. When they speak about heavyweights and boxing, his name's always getting brought up. So, I've been keeping my eyes on him, and I know what he's all about.
What do you believe his weaknesses are?
His weaknesses, personally, I think he's too smart for his own good. I ran across a lot of guys like that. Just not necessarily me fighting them, but just witnessing that they were too smart for their own good. That's what I see in him. Big hype job too.
You believe he's a hype job?
Around here, they just see him as the best thing. Since I don't want to say inappropriate things.
You can say what you want. You can say what you want. Say what you feel, Charles. It's cool.
Right, man. They just see him as being, no flaws on Anthony Joshua. So, that's he might even, be falling into the believing the hype. So we're gonna change that on April 9th.
Obviously, he's had 15 fights, stopped or knocked out all 15 opponents. But your record is pretty similar as well. You've KO'd all but 2 of your opponents in your career, so someone's got to go in this fight.
Yeah, definitely. They ain't going to go the distance.
How do you think he'll deal with you being a southpaw?
I don't really look at being left-handed or anything. It's just about that heart, that fight, that dog. Yeah.
Do you know what to expect on April the 9th when you go to the O2 Arena? Do you know what the atmosphere is going to be like?
No, I don't even care about that. I won't even notice anybody there. I'm just going to be focused in my zone, in my own world. I know how to get in my own world.
Charles, I've got to ask you about your thoughts on Tyson Fury, who obviously defeated Vladimir Klitschko last year to win the belts, and then obviously he had one had to vacate one, which is the one that you fought for. What are your opinions on Tyson Fury?
Yeah, he's a good fighter, man. He did what he had to do. I take my hat off to him for going in there and putting on a performance, and being victorious. So he's gonna mirror that same performance, when they fight again, because Klitschko can't get in on him. He's too old. His footwork isn't there anymore. Emmanuel Stewart's not in his corner anymore. So he's just not what he used to be.
He's actually backing you to beat Anthony Joshua, which is
I heard.
it's not a rarity, but a lot of people obviously tipping Joshua to beat you, but Tyson Fury's backing you to beat him.
Yeah, all the people that really know boxing, they're saying that they know what's up. They could see it. Maybe it's something in my eyes or something. They know I ain't no joke. Just because they ain't seen me, doing this, doing that, whatever. I'm still here, and I still got the record. I'm still undefeated. I'm still the heavyweight champion of the world, and I still mean business.
If you come through Anthony Joshua on April the 9th, will you look to unify against Fury or against Deontay Wilder?
I'm not looking that far ahead. I'm only focusing on Joshua as of right now. He's my only concern. Yep. Just AJ.
But you firmly believe that you will knock out Anthony Joshua out?
Yeah, I'll get him out. I hurt that dude. You can see it in my eyes, man. I ain't no joke. I ain't no game.
Where did obviously we know where did the nickname come from?
The Prince, because I'm royalty, man. I walk this earth, I gotta have that confidence. You know what I'm saying? I'm a confident man. The confidence comes with the sport. It comes with the territory. And I just feel that I'm that guy. I'm the elite. I'm of the elite class. Walk this earth. I'm a god. That's the confidence that I walk this earth with. Can't nobody ever take that from me. No matter what could be said, it could never be taken from me. My confidence.
There could be some royalty hanging around here. This hotel is very expensive, so you may run into Prince Charles here.
Yeah, that'd be dope.
The English one.
That'd be pretty dope.
Yeah?
Yeah. Be an honor.
When do you leave to go back home?
Today.
Today, you're leaving today?
About a couple hours from now.
Okay, so press conference, you had the gloves are off yesterday. Heard it was interesting. How did that go?
Yeah, it went good. I had to initiate some things because, he was acting like he was too scared to, buck up a little bit, talk some shit, Yeah, he know what's up.
Do you believe Anthony Joshua's doing the right thing by taking this fight with you after just 15 fights?
Yeah, it's the right thing to do because I know I would. If someone gave me an opportunity to fight for the world title, ASAP, I wouldn't turn it down. That's the opportunity of a lifetime. That's what all fighters, wish for. That's what all fighters work for. Is to get a world title shot. So anytime that title shot comes, take it, jump on it, because you don't know when you'll get it again. You could get knocked off, and then you go a year back in time. If he would have got knocked out by Erkin Tepper or somebody, that takes him back in a year in time. He'll never get the IBF shot then. So I gave it to him. I came to him, came knocking on his door. He's the hype job over here in London. Everybody's blowing him up and gassing him up. So, they know Anthony Joshua, well, they gonna know Prince Charles Martin after I knock him out, April 9th.
Just finally, did you watch his last fight against Dylan White? Have you seen the whole fight?
Yeah, I seen it.
What did you make of that?
He got rocked up by a little dude. Dylan White is, he had a busted shoulder, littler man, and he still, hurt him. He still could have finished him, but hey, it is what it is, man. He went in there and did what he had to do, but I don't think he'll be that successful with me, with a guy like myself.
All right, well listen, Prince Charles Martin, thank you very much for talking to IFL TV. I see you like a bit of bling there.
Yeah, I love it. I love jewelry.
Yeah,
changing all to rose gold. Get my rose gold.
There's some jewelry shops here in London, actually.
Oh, yeah.
You might want to visit when you come back.
Yeah, definitely, for sure I will.
It's the IBF money you're going to need though, because it's not cheap. So.
Yeah, it's not cheap. I already know. So
have you got a message for your fans? Obviously, you will have some UK fans, I believe, on the 9th as well.
I'm gonna keep on winning. I'm gonna stay undefeated. Prince Charles Martin, dynamite in both hands. For all my fans, they already know that. But for the future fans to find out, April 9th, I'm coming.
Charles Martin, thank you very much. Talking
Thank
to
you.
iFull TV.